Do you think that short-term political gains have created problem in India?
There are a lot of some time to time freebies are given. Okay, you give free to somebody is given free, some community is given free, and all this. Thereby, you are pleasing that group in your favor. Actually, this doesn't do good. The people, those who are, let us a political party, come election, you will find starts freebie. But freebie, whoever give free electricity, okay, farmers will have free electricity. There are many states who are competing now. I will give my farmers free electricity. You are trying to appease farmers, but what happens in the process? Take the case of Punjab. Whenever you give free, that actually it is not free. For production electricity, money is spent. It doesn't come free. 90 million, 9 crore houses have been given access to drinking water. Rich people, most of people living in cities, not in slums, but all these people, when they have urban areas, they have water supply and all do it. But what about other? Rural areas, everywhere is not very clean drinking water.
In India, the policy of appeasement has perpetuated fissures to an extent of fault. So, do you think that short-term political gains have created problem in India?
Look, this is for general personality growth and understanding. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
That the policy of appeasement, is it good for the country or the society? Is a generic question, and it can become politically loaded question. But the fact is, if you look at dispassionately, then what this appeasement does? Appeasement means what? What is appeasement? Appeasement means it is you are trying to placate or please a constituency. Constituency, I am not talking local parliament constituency, or constituency means set of people, an interest group, by yielding to their demand or yielding to their expectation, which might give at the cost of others, which does not give a long-term benefit to those also who are being appeased. Now let us say poverty. There are a lot of some time to time freebies are given. Okay, you give free to somebody is given free, some community is given free, and all this. Thereby you are pleasing that group in your favor. Actually, this doesn't do good. If you look at, I will briefly explain and then move over to other questions. You might be witnessing, if you are careful observer of the national scene, we became independent in 1947. We were a very poor country, lack of resources. We were way behind. We are in education, health, every area we were fairly behind. We didn't have many medical colleges, we didn't have engineering colleges, we have a few here and there. Road, electricity, drinking water, all these were a big problem. And at that point of time, we started our development journey. When we started development journey, the issue was, since you have very few resources, the government, both state as well as union government, they had a very small, whatever be the resources, the limited resources. How do you allocate? Do you allocate in a way that it helps only some section, not the others. Now, we kept following this policy, and in the process we kept appeasing certain sections. Appeasement can happen to anyone. It can happen to one section in this state, another section in that state. At the national level, appeasement can happen to some community. But it doesn't in the long run, it doesn't help. Actually, if the changes that we are seeing today, if today our country, which was not taken seriously, country of 1.4 billion, 140 crore, about 1.4 billion, we were nowhere in the reckoning. We had so much of a problem. We were weak, we were poor, we were hungry. But we kept appeasing to one section or the other depending on the convenience of a political party. But it didn't benefit. What happened is, in the last, if you look at last about a decade, with the new national leadership, there is a complete change, paradigm change in the governance. And the paradigm change is, the first thing is, basic necessities of life must be available to every citizen of this country. Now, when the decision is taken, not based on community, not based on caste, not based on religion, not based on region, which part you are, no. Every citizen of India must have access to basic necessities of life. And what are the basic necessities? First is, of course, the food, shelter. You have to have a house. We have a lot of many homeless. Huh? Clothing, yes, clothing. Education, health, drinking water, sanitation, because all these things are very, very essential. Now, so the policies were framed in a way that it must, all the basic necessities of life, necessities for a dignified living of a citizen must be made available. So, when it comes to health, we have poor person. If a poor person falls sick, the family is ruined, because the health bill is so expensive. Medical treatment, you go and a poor person works daily wages, earns some small bit of money, and somebody falls sick. So either the family, the sick person dies, or the family is ruined, no money. How to make it affordable? So comprehensive program. It is only question of reimagining. If you say that no, my health problem of my people have to be addressed, has to be addressed comprehensively, then you have to think of approach. Earlier, what we were doing? Okay, health is an important issue, fine. So we have this much money, so this much of money we will allocate for health. So we will build so many hospitals, so many medical colleges, some allocation of resources. It reached some, it did not reach many. Now, what is the present scenario? Yes, health must, every citizen must have access to health. So, multi-pronged initiative was taken. First of all, Ayushman Bharat. Every poor person, defined by the criteria, how much is your income, is covered, must have access to medical facility. So 5 lakhs insurance is given to every family falling within that range. You know how many people are today? 22 crore. 220 million people are covered under Ayushman Bharat. 220 million people, nahi, families. 22 crore because it is for a family. Each family is covered. So 5 lakh rupees a year is the coverage. So if someone falls sick, can go treat it, it is adjusted. It is insurance is covered. Government takes it. So a poor person has access to health. Then making medicines affordable. Cutting down the prices of certain equipment like a stent in the heart or valve. These are very expensive that used to be. Even for knee replacement, you know, the replacement, the mechanical thing which they used to get is very expensive. The price is cut, reduced because they were making a lot of profit unduly. Something which is 10,000 rupees, they were charging 120,000 rupees. They are such a large. No, if you have 10,000, okay, 20,000 you charge, 10,000 profit, fine. You make a profit. After all, nobody is doing charity. You are in business, so you must also earn. But you should not earn in a way that is, you know, predatory. It should not be. So certain very important life-saving like a stent in the heart, stent, valve, all those things, the prices, CT scan machines and all, their prices were reduced. Then medicine, generic medicine, what is called Jan Aushadhi. You know, every medicine, you have too many brands in medicine. Antibiotic of this company, that company, basic ingredient is the same. The basic ingredient, what is called API, generic drug, technically API, that is what actually is effective. For example, you use soaps. Some soaps you find very fragrance, nice smell coming and all that, but cost is okay 100 rupees. You get a soap for 10 rupees also. Both does the cleaning. But if the purpose of soap is to clean oneself, then one doesn't necessarily have to, if we make it available, the 10 rupees one, why if I can afford 100 rupees, you go and it is your choice. If you have money to burn it. But if I do not have money, I should be able to have access to soap. So similarly in the medicine, generic medicine and the branded medicine, the cost is almost 1/10. What costs 10 rupees in the market, that cost branded one costs 100 rupees. It can be, there can be variations, but invariably you will find there is a wide gap. So making generic medicines available in the country. And you know how many Jan Aushadhi Kendra we have in the country today? We have reached about 10,000. 10,000 centers where you get the generic medicines in the country. Doctors are being encouraged to prescribe those medicines. You have an option, many times they will say, okay, this, you have a generic this, you have this. Choice is yours, you like to spend money more, but generic is this also. So making medicine easily accessible to poor people. Then sanitation. Sanitation has a direct bearing on health. Giving toilet, cooking gas. If you cook, this lady, the house lady has to cook burning coal, wood. You know, it causes health hazard. Lungs, eyes get affected. It is again is a health issue. And who gets more affected? It is the poor people. So have access to cooking gas, so that is and sanitation. Drinking water. Many times because most of the diseases are waterborne. So access to drinking water, a potable drinking water, it's also a health requirement. Health is not just, just giving you medicine for cure, also preventive. These are all preventive. Why should I fall sick? If I have access to clean water, drinking water, that saves me so much from sickness. So giving every house drinking water tap. Nal se jal, what is called. Drinking water from tap. And you know how many houses have got this portable? 90 million, 9 crore houses have been given access to drinking water. Rich people, most of people living in cities, not in slums, but all these people, when they have urban areas, they have water supply and all do it. But what about other? Rural areas, everywhere is not very clean drinking water. So almost 9 crore people got it. Now approach in a way that covers everyone, no appeasement. Even when, let us say, earlier we were doing this community, give this much, this community, I think it doesn't help. Appeasement, it doesn't take, it is not good for the constituency, the people, those who are target of appeasement, it doesn't help them more long. Suppose if a child insists on chocolate, you give him chocolate, it's okay, but it doesn't necessarily is at the cost of someone. It is not necessarily it is good for. Now, so I am not going into the political nuances of appeasement. Appeasement certainly is not a healthy policy. It doesn't help anyone, and that is why many a times it is only a short term gain for whom? Only for the people, those who are, let us say, a political party. Come election, you will find starts freebie. But freebie, whoever give free electricity, okay, farmers will have free electricity. There are many states who are competing now. I will give my farmers free electricity. You are trying to appease farmers, but what happens in the process? Take the case of Punjab. Whenever you give free, that actually it is not free. For production electricity, money is spent. It doesn't come free. The machinery, the people, the plant, all those cost money. And if you give free, then actually it is not, it may be free for that group, but it's somewhere you have to, either you are not left with the money to development expenditure. You need to build roads, you need to build hospitals, you need to generate more electricity, you need to do so many things. Where is the money if you start giving free? So this Punjab, what happened when they started in 1980 onward giving free electricity to farmers, initially there was increase in productivity, but within 20 years, at that time Punjab agriculture was almost thrice the national average. That was the productivity of Punjab. Today it is less than the national average, because there has been so much over exploitation. Because if it is free, I don't bother. No? If it is free, why should I bother? It is free. So exhausting the groundwater going down, soil over exploitation, 3 crops, 4 crops you started taking a year, it became bad. Today they are paying the price of that. But still some government will try to do appeasement. It doesn't help. It ends up doing more harm. Certainly it's not a, appeasement as such is not a good policy, it is a harmful policy. It is not good for the nation, it is not good for the people, it's not good for the society.